All right, let's show you some of Peyton Manning's first day as a quarterback in the big leagues, and well, that wasn't his prettiest pass of the day. In time, Peyton will be the highest paid player on this team, but at the moment, he's just one of the guys.
Trying to get to know people, obviously, and you know, you act like a rookie, but when you're in there in the huddle, you know, you kind of gotta, you gotta be in control at the same time. But
I thought he did a nice job. You know, he's got a good presence about him out on the field, and I think, I know this will help him.
All right, the first surprise of the NBA playoffs was Houston's win last night over Utah. The second, what the Nets did to the Bulls tonight. We go to Chicago, and believe it or not, we go to overtime. Harper missed, Pippen tipped. He had 24, 91, 89 Bulls. Kerry Kittles ties it at 91. Key play right here. Jordan strips Kittles. Jordan going all the way. Jordan jam time, and he's fouled. The Bulls win this game in overtime.
Well, what the heck?
Now the Knicks and the Heat. Game one of this series. Nice passing. That's Larry Johnson. The game is all Miami. Hardaway with the three-pointer. And even when Miami missed, it turned into points. Dan Marley with some garbage here. Miami takes game one. Seattle leads Minnesota.
The way we doing things, I can't do that. You know, I got to come out and be aggressive like I was in the last game also in the Hawks playoff series. And in this system, I can't wait.
We all pretty much did a good job probably after the first 7 to 8 minutes. You know, then it's good defensive player, give him credit, but you know, the whole team is going to come back and have a better performance the next game.
And so the Bulls slug their way past Charlotte once again.
There's a lot going on in sports, so let's go now live to Bob Alvarez right here.
You weren't supposed to read that.
Oh, let me check that.
Friday nights mean high school basketball, and one of the best teams is on the floor tonight. And the old television show has nothing on these Green Hornets. The kids at Cohen have put together a 20-2 record. They are also 4-0 in District 9 4A.
Yes, this team been so far a great ball club, and we're still learning. We're still learning the game of basketball, and we're still peaking. And we're not going to peak until March the 7th, which is the state championship game.
Everything's starting to fall into place. Been trying to get a state championship all the time I've been here, and now it looks like this is going to be the year.
And Cohen also boasts what many believe is the best guard tandem in the area. You will meet them with Rich Lenz tonight at 6. Monica Seles is the front runner for Comeback of the Year honors. She moves into round 4 after another straight sets victory at the Aussie Open. Seles will be joined by Chanda Rubin, who cruised past Belgium's Laurence Courtois. 6-love, 6-2. Lastly, here's another marriage between the NBA and Hollywood, courtesy of our friends at NBC. San Antonio in Detroit. Grant Hill with the shot. Yes! But San Antonio comes back, and they're hitting their threes.
Did I miss it? Did I miss it?
If so, here's another. But the Spurs needed a lot more.
God, how was I supposed to know they were having problems?
The Bulls in Toronto, and Chicago wins for the 33rd time.
I shouldn't even bother coming up with a line, right?
Since you won't, I will. The Bulls are simply the best.
You don't have to be too emphatic about this.
Did we forget about Michael Jordan? Just another night that would make Superman say,
I have the cape, and yet I cannot fly.
And that's how
great.
It goes.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
Did you do that yourself?
I did that myself. Trying something new, well, you know.
Yay! All right.
Thank you.
So it's going to be cold tonight.
It is going to be cold, definitely. In fact, if you missed the forecast lows for tonight, take a look. We are expecting low temperatures on the North Shore to be in the low to mid-20s. On the South Shore to be in the mid-20s to possibly upper 20s. The good news is the wind to
Bob Alvarez is on the sports side of the anchor desk, and you say the Tulane women are hot?
Yes, you don't want to peak right now, but you want to pile up the W's, and they're doing a good job of that, Norman. Tonight, the Wave winning for the 5th time in their last 6 games. We'll pick it up for you off the inbounds. Christy Thomas-Cuddy with the 3. Mary Lowry, this is how you draw it up. Pump fake, drive, score. She had 18 points. Wave leads St. Louis by 4. Barbara Ferris crashing the boards, 11 rebounds. There are 2 of her 17. The Wave now 13-3, 82-49, the final score. Perry Clark and the men haven't played since they beat UNO on Tuesday. They would like to carry that momentum into tomorrow's nationally televised game against Temple.
Playing against UNO, we did some real great things as a team, and hopefully as a team we learn from these things, and we should carry those things onto this game.
When we had our chances to hit some against UNO, we knocked them down, gave ourselves a working margin, and used our defense to save it instead of try to win it for us, and that's a big difference.
Tomorrow's game against Temple is at the Superdome. They'll tip it off at 1. Roe Brown will have the highlights right here at 5. At Booker T. Washington High School, Cohen's Dino Daniels to Chris Holmes. Cohen up by 4. Lions running the floor. On the opposite end, Jawan Morn, it's jam time. Edwin Daniels hits a 3. Cohen wins big. They're 21-2, 78-46, the final score. The Pittsburgh Steelers are back in the Super Bowl for the first time since after the '79 season. The franchise, which has never lost this game, has a simple philosophy for keeping it that way.
Bottom line in this business is finding ways to win. We've been a very, very resourceful team and been a team that hasn't overreacted to situations but have responded to them. And I just can't see that type of attitude changing now.
And just because you don't have the emblem of a big-name school on your helmet doesn't mean you can't play for the big money. Here's Roe Brown.
John Mobley, Roe Brown, Channel 6 Sports.
Poetry in motion is the swing of Ted Williams and the hang time of Julius Erving. But in my mind, neither compares to a floating Muhammad Ali. Ali in Cuba, always entertaining, then trading some punches with Cuba's greatest fighter, Teofilo Stevenson. Muhammad Ali donating $500,000 worth of medical supplies and medication to Cuba's treatment of Parkinson's disease. I can watch him for a long time. That's one of my biggest thrills since I've had this, been doing this type of work. I was able to meet Ali 3 years ago, and I was speechless. I just didn't know what to say.
He was something to watch. Now, what about the nasty-mouthed football players who are refusing to apologize for using profane language?
I'll tell you what, Michael Irvin's mom's on him, big time. But you're right, that uncalled for, national television, the emotion of a game, but still no reason for it.
Yeah,
so.
well, both of those guys, from the Steelers and the Cowboys, the only bowl they belong in is the toilet bowl.
Agreed.
All right, Bob. Well, still ahead, lots of music and lots to see. The people at this party are celebrating a first. We'll tell you what that is.
Dad said that's smart. Wow! And the S-Series comes with cool stuff like full anti-lock brakes. Can I play these? Like the S-Series too? Sure.
Get $600 cash back on the S-Series at your Super Chevy dealers.
Channel 6 News today will celebrate the Mississippi live on board the American Queen the week of February 12th.
And 2 lucky couples will be coming along with us.
Win one of 2 5-night vacations for 2 on the American Queen. Send your name, address, phone, and age on a postcard to Steamboat Cruise, WDSU-TV, New Orleans. We'll pick 2 lucky couples Friday, February 2nd on Channel 6 News today. To find out more about this and other Delta Queen Steamboat Cruises, call 1-800-533-3094 and mention this ad.
Join us as we celebrate the Mississippi.
Starting February 12th.
More coaching changes?
Yes, Saints fans believe they have it bad. Well, in Tampa, they haven't had a winning season since 1982.
Yes, Saints fans forget that we used to be that way.
Yeah, so they're going to try to fix it with yet another new head coach. This time, former Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator Tony Dungy is the new head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, there are reports, yeah, he's the #1 guy there, that Dungy is considering adding Saints linebacker coach Jim Haslett to his staff. Now, Dungy won't confirm it because he's going through the proper channels, and Hazlitt is not commenting. All right, the Tulane women have won 6 of their last 7. They are now 14-3, and in today's new college basketball poll, they are ranked 41st in the country, undefeated. Louisiana Tech is still number 1. And just in case there is a lull in the dinner conversation tonight, feel free to use this one. And as one writer penned after the bout, Joe Frazier hasn't been handled like this since he was a baby. 1 week after Martin Luther King's birthday, this community buried another unfulfilled dream. Ro Brown has the story.